I would say around 2013, maybe even 2014. Doug McDermott was by far one of the biggest household names in college basketball. If you've ever seen him play, you would know that he was one of the best scorers at the time. And it's even debatable that he's one of the best scorers the NCAA has ever seen.
Hold up! Time out! Time out!
I know it's kind of far-fetched, but it's actually debatable. You'll understand as the video goes on. But anyways, Doug McDermott was torching every team that he played against. It was just obvious that he was on a different level, scoring-wise. And people had high hopes that he would carry that dominance over to the NBA. For the ones that don't know, Doug McDermott was drafted to the Chicago Bulls a couple years back. The league was so much different back then. The Bulls were actually a contending team coming out of the East. But as of now, that whole core unit of the Chicago Bulls has left, including Doug McDermott. But during his time with the Bulls, he was actually starting to develop into a decent player. But now during the present day, you don't really hear his name that much as we used to. What happened to Doug McDermott? What's good, everybody? Welcome back. We almost at 24K subscribers now. I really appreciate y'all holding me down during this process, man, for real. We just one step closer to that 30K. I might end up doing a giveaway in the future, but I don't know yet. But just in case, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and add me on Snapchat so that I can keep y'all updated on that. Oh, and also, if y'all want to see some gaming out of me, make sure y'all go follow me on Twitch. When I get to 100 followers, I'm gonna start streaming. I got y'all. And last but not least, I got a lot of new subscribers since my last video. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you let me know that you're new down in the comment section. So yeah, I know I be rambling a lot, so enough of all that talking. Let's get into this video. For the ones who've never heard of Doug McDermott is a 6'8" scorer who played for Ames High School in Iowa. He actually played alongside NBA player Harrison Barnes. It's a shame what they just did to my boy. But yeah, in high school, you can assume that two future NBA players on the same team would be domination. And yeah, you're right. During their junior and senior seasons, they ended up winning 53 straight games. And they won state championships both years. There wasn't too many high school teams messing with them. Doug McDermott ended up averaging 20 points and 8 rebounds. These numbers aren't considered elite numbers compared to the NBA stars of today when they were in high school. But nonetheless, these are still pretty good stats. But the weird thing is that Doug McDermott wasn't even ranked top 100 in the class of 2010. So no one could have possibly predicted the sudden uproar in college. For the 2010 through 2011 basketball season, Doug McDermott signed to play for the University of Creighton, coached by his father. He came into the starting role as a freshman, averaging 15 points and 7 rebounds. It didn't really take him long to adjust to the college level. But let's fast forward to the years where he made a name for himself. During his junior year, he was balling out, averaging 23 points and 8 rebounds. Basically the same numbers that he averaged in high school, but this time it was against the best D1 hoopers in the world. And this guy was just winning so many awards. It was just too many of them. And if I was to name them all, we'd be here all day, for real. But the ones that stood out to me was the fact that he won Player of the Year, and he became his school's all-time leading scorer. And this was just his junior year. He had one more season left, and he was definitely going to make the most of it. His senior season, he made an even bigger leap in his game. He boosted his stats up to averaging 27 points and 7 rebounds. This was his final season, so he was going out with a bang. He was just cashing out on everybody, giving out 30 pieces. Now, back to what I was saying earlier, it's debatable that he was one of the greatest scorers in NCAA history. I mean, he is one of 3 players who ever scored over 3,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. And to put it into even more perspective, he is ranked 5th on the all-time scoring list. He even passed up Larry Bird. So after hearing all that, and you still don't believe that Doug McDermott was one of the greatest scorers in NCAA history, then I don't know what else to say. During the 2014 NBA draft, he was selected 11th overall pick to the Denver Nuggets, but he was traded immediately to the Chicago Bulls. Now this was a crucial time for the Bulls. After being knocked out of the playoffs every year by LeBron James, the Bulls actually had a chance to win it all this year due to the fact that Kevin Love got hurt. Doug McDermott was going to be that extra piece of power that they needed off the bench. But as usual, LeBron always finds a way to crush Bulls fans' dreams. But as of Doug McDermott's personal performance, difference, he didn't transition into the NBA like everyone thought he would, averaging 3 points a game. A big factor into that is the fact that the head coach Tom Thibodeau didn't really play him like that. I guess the timing just wasn't right. But after that season, the Bulls haven't gotten that close to a championship run since, unfortunately. But besides that, Doug McDermott, next couple of seasons with the Bulls, he was showing signs of improvement. For starters, he was getting to play more minutes, and he was starting to shoot the ball more confidently. He boosted his numbers somewhat from 3 points a game to 10 points a game. And it's crazy because just when he was starting to get his rhythm and learn his role on the team, the Bulls organization just had a total breakdown, and they just started trading everybody, including Doug McDermott. On February 23rd in 2017, they traded him to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And ever since then, he's been bouncing around to different teams, waiting on someone to take a chance on him. As for now, he is playing for the Indiana Pacers. He's mostly just a role player for that team. So yeah, he's not as dominant as he once was in college, which is normal. He is playing against the top players in the world. But at least he's still on the roster and he's still producing. And he's only been in the league for about 5 years, so we don't really know what's going to happen in the future. He might wake up one day and just start dropping 30 on people again. But I don't know the future, so we'll see. Peace.
Pops knew I was a star, son, I know you gon' go far. Don't let them trick you out your spot and show exactly who you are. Niggas tricking, breaking code, know the game is never told. Had a convo with the devil, he want me to sell my soul. I know young